moving on from that, let's talk about India. It's been months now, I want to say, of basic protests and sort of unrest in India. Okay. We saw, I think it was 250 million people engage in a strike about 2 months ago. Okay. In all response to the Modi government and its, for lack of a better term, just neoliberalization, right? Cutting of labor regulations and protections, the undermining of labor unions and such in India. Like, it's pretty standard bearer neoliberal stuff with obviously a splash of like Hindu nationalism, of course, under Modi. That makes it really nasty and violent at times. I see we have a Proud Boy member in the chat. I hope you're joking. If you're not, I would love to get your take on Enrique Torrio being a Fed informant. Please let me know your thoughts on your dear leader, being an informant to the fucking feds. Anyways, India has cut internet around New Delhi as clashes with police and protesters have increased and continue to increase. Really? I'm gonna get an ad.
It's meat.
Really?
It's red.
Really? Goddamn ads. That does look really good, though. Anyways, it's gonna be interesting to see like what happens here in terms of like real like any significant change happen in terms of the government. Will we see this labor movement get crushed by the state in some fashion?
Riot-like scenes in the heart of India's capital, New Delhi. What was to be a massive but peaceful rally in tractors and on foot by tens of thousands of farmers into Delhi protesting agricultural reforms soon turned violent. The protesters were granted permission by police, but tensions escalated after they diverted from agreed-on routes while entering Delhi, reaching barricades which led to clashes with police.
The Delhi police is responsible. We wanted to march peacefully, but they used tear gas, damaged our tractors, and used batons.
Batons and tear gas were used by outnumbered security forces to control widespread protests. Thousands then moved towards India's historic Red Fort, converging at the gates, clambering walls. In an unprecedented move, a flag was hoisted alongside India's national flag. It is from this iconic monument Indian prime ministers have been delivering their speech on Independence Day. As a show of strength, farmer unions wanted to coincide their rally with India's 72nd Republic Day parade. But as tanks paraded before the Indian prime minister, tractors driven by protesters ran across the capital, almost crushing police personnel standing in their way. The Delhi police, in a statement, blamed farmers for flouting guidelines and resorting to violence.
Some of our policemen were injured.
Oh,
Such
no.
incidents should not take place during peaceful protests.
Oh, no.
After multiple rounds of talks, the Indian government
Poor
offered
police.
suspending the contentious reforms for a year and a half, which was rejected by farmer unions. Today's violence reduces their bargaining power.
What has happened, but now there should be no violence or anything that will defame the farmers' movement. The respect, the dignity of farmers is in your hands.
What was earlier described as largely peaceful protests by hundreds of thousands of farmers who have been braving the intense cold at Delhi's borders for the last 2 months is now being criticized for descending into chaos. Vedika Sood, CNN, New Delhi.